Okay, hello guys. So in today's video, we will be reviewing on everything you need to make a blanket. How to get started, how to pick stitches, the thousands of different stitches you can do. But the most important thing is the sizes, which I have right here. Now, I recommend when you start out to start with a baby blanket because those are small and it's okay if you mess up because it's for a baby. I personally never done a king or queen. I think the biggest I've ever done was like a twin or full. Actually, no, that's not true. I did do a queen once, but it was a little small. So, for a baby, you want to aim for about 25 by 25. Or if you wanted something for like a stroller, or when they're first born to wrap them up a couple times in, a 40 by 40. So a toddler is going to be 42 by 52. And the twin is 59 by 84. Now a full is 75 by 85. A queen is 80 by 90. And a king is the 96 by 90. Now, when it says 42, 42 is this way, the width. And the 52 is the length. So, in today's video, we will be starting by the 25 by 25. Now, just so you can get an idea, this is a baby blanket. This does have a home it's going to, but for now, I'm using it to, cover up my board. So it's focusing on what I'm actually doing. Now see, this is 14 inches. So, for example, this video, the other half of this is currently being made. So this is about half the size of a baby blanket. Now, it is the right height. It's just not long enough, which I am in the process of fixing. So I do recommend a variegated yarn. Now, variegated yarn is a yarn of different colors. It changes the colors all on its own and creates a beautiful design. So what you're going to do is you're going to find your end right here and pull it out. Now, just in the video before, you are going to make a slip knot. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to chain as many as I need and measure it, and then I'll come back and tell you how many you need to chain. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've chained the correct amount. So you want to chain 120. So this is 120. This is 25 inches wide. So there's over 1,000 stitches you can do to make a baby blanket. Some are complicated, some are easy. What I'm going to show you is the basic stitch. So, every blanket is going to start with a chain. Now, how many chains you want is all up to you. That's not what's really important. It's the stitches. So since this is a beginner's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you the basic double crochet stitch. Now you may be thinking, oh, it's a simple stitch. It's not going to look pretty. Trust me, you can make the same blanket with the same stitch 1,000 different times and it will still look different. And it's quite simple. So hold your yarn like this, or however you feel comfortable. Pull the stitch to make sure it's not too loose. So you're going to take your hook I'm going to go behind the yarn. Okay, that's what we call a wrap. So now with it being wrapped, you're going to go into that first stitch. Okay, so now that you have 3 stitches on that hook. So I do apologize, my camera is refusing to focus. So I do apologize if it's a little blurry. So you have the 3 oh, there it goes. So you're going to have the 3 stitches, okay? So with your fingers still on the yarn, you're just going to do the same thing again. Pull your hook behind it and pull it like this, as if you were chaining, okay? You're going to pull it through these first 2 loops here. So that you have the 2. So then you just repeat that again, just as if you were chaining. Okay? So that is a double crochet. So you're just going to wrap your hook, go through your stitch, pull it through. You're going to have 1, 2, and 3. Pull through, pull through. So double crochets are very common. And then in the next video, which will be up tomorrow, I will show you the basic stitches. There's single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet, and treble crochet. Then there's also a slip stitch. Those are the 5 basics. So continuing on, and this is what it looks like so far. So you are going to continue all the way to the end of your chain. So keep working all that, the same stitch, just over and over, until you get to this last stitch right here, and I will meet you there. So I'm back. I just wanted to let you know there is another way you can do this. If you were looking for something a little more lacy, I don't really know if that's the right word, but so I undid a couple stitches. So we've done the first 2 stitches here. So you're going to do the double crochet, but you're going to skip a stitch. So instead of going into this one, you're going to go into this one. And just work that stitch. So you won't go into this one, you go into this one. And you can see how there's gaps now. So if you want gaps to make it look a little lacy and a little different than a regular double crochet, which is going to be tighter, you can follow this one, which is what I'm going to be doing. Or if you want it tight, this is going to be the double crochet in every stitch. And this is going to be the lacy version. So it's up to you, whichever one. I'm going to show you how to do both of them. So I will meet you at the end of the chain. So guys, I interrupt this video to present Bailey. I apologize, I know. It's inappropriate, but she's a star. She wanted to be on here. And then I had to put the board on her toilet seat here. So she's mad at me. She's like, whoa. Okay, back to the video. Okay, welcome back, guys. So I have one more stitch, as you can see. If you're doing the regular pattern, you have 2 more stitches. But since I'm doing the upper version, I'm just going to double into this. Now for pretty much every blanket, when you get to the end of the row, you are going to want to chain 1. Now what that does is it helps you turn, because now you got to flip your blanket over. So you're working on the wrong side. The wrong side is going to be the side that you don't start on. So this is the right side, and then this is the wrong side. You can kind of tell because the stitches are backwards. And if you look at my pattern, you can see the holes and its laciness. So this is now row 2. So if you are working the double crochet in every single stitch, just continue as you were doing. Work in every single stitch all the way back to the bottom, all the way down here, where you will chain 1 and just keep repeating the process of turning it back and forth and chaining 1 at the end of each row until you get to the 25. But if you're doing the upper version like I am, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just you gotta go into a different spot. So you want to go into these holes. Now this hole here is already worked. That's the chain 1. So you don't want to work in there. You want to go into this one. So you're going to skip this one. You go into this one. Now for every pattern, it's going to take multiple rows before the pattern actually starts to show in all of its glory. So yeah, it looks a little funny right now, but don't worry, it's going to turn out what it's supposed to be in a minute. And you're going to want to chain 1. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention. So you go into this stitch in between the hole. You do a double crochet. Then you chain 1. Go into that hole. And that is the pattern starting to form for me. So you are just going to repeat that till you get to the end of the row, where you will chain 1, turn it, and just keep working back and forth until you get to the length you want. So currently 2 rows in. So 2 rows is 1 inch. So if we want 25 inches, you will have to do 50 rows. So if you have a row counter, you can just hit the button every time. I have one, I just don't know where I put it. So I'm going to have to keep track. I usually don't though. I just measure. Like, I'll just keep working back and forth and just keep measuring as I go. So as always, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them in the Discord, which will be down below once this is posted. You can ask me any question you want there, or you can just comment down below in the video. and will respond as soon as I can. So I'll work a couple more stitches with you guys. See, I like this pattern because it's simple enough for beginners to understand, but it also teaches you the basics of crochet and amigurumi also. But I will be teaching you a simpler stitch tomorrow if you're still not able to understand the double crochet, which is completely fine. It took me a long time to figure out all this. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.